Welcome back to Y&R For Life, where we talk about all things Y&R related. We talk about what's going on, my predictions, what do I think's going to happen. Hey, we even talk about fashion on this show because I'm a big time fashion girl, so we got to spill the tea about that from time to time. If you're new to this channel, my question is, what took you so long to get here? And if you are returning, what's up? Long time no see. It's been a week. That's all I can say. It's just been a week. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but we're going to get into it. Couple of disclaimers. If you don't want to know what's going on, you kind of want to get caught up on your own, this might not be what you want to see or hear, but I am so grateful that you are here. And if I happen to not mention something, it could be because I plumb forgot, like last week, or it just really wasn't newsworthy, so I didn't bother mentioning it. Nature of the beast, I like to say, it is what it is, but you will get the gist of what's going on. And before we begin, if you like this type of content, you like what you see, you like what you hear, it would be so kind if you hit that like and subscribe button and smash that bell notification. Don't forget to smash it. Ding! So that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I try to do it every Sunday, but sometimes life can happen, but this is my intention to bring to you my thoughts of what has happened over the week. So let's get into it. Okay, before we actually get into this week, let me just start off with what I missed last week, which was basically Diane losing her noodle over finding out that Jack had taken some pills in order to save Nikki. Okay? So she just went off like gangbusters. And I was like, kudos to you, Diane. We kind of saw, her getting ready to be a bubbling stew over the last couple of months with this whole Jack being Nikki's sponsor. And you could see that there was like an air of jealousy on Diane's part, but I don't know. If it was my husband and he went through those lengths, risking his sobriety over quote unquote a friend, I think I might have reacted a bit like Diane. I'm just saying, just saying. Okay, so into this week, we saw Jack and Nick, where they were talking about the fact that Jack had basically come to save the day for Nikki. And Nick was like, yeah, I heard all about it. I hope, that you're okay. And I hope that this is not like some sort of excuse for you to jump on the pills again. He's like, no, I'm perfectly fine. Side note, my prediction, I'm getting into prediction right off the bat, okay? Here's how it's going to go in my head. Jack is going to get back on the pills. This is just my thought process. And him and Nikki will end up, becoming a little bit more than friends, shall we say. Victor is going to lose a gasket over this. And if you recall, years and years ago, because it's always been a back and forth between Nikki and Victor. 1 minute they're in love, the next minute they're not. This to me has been like the longest where they've kind of pseudo gotten along and seemed like their marriage would work. But years ago, there was one point in time that Victor was so mad at Nikki, he basically told her, I wish you would die. This is what he told her. I remember this. Can't remember the circumstance or the situation, but I do remember him telling her this. Oh, Nikki, say it ain't so. So, again, Victor will probably kick her to the curb, and all because Jack and Nikki dipsy doodled and shared a fleeting moment, and they're both, alcoholic and pill pushers, together. Again, I will say, don't come at me, people. It's a soap opera, okay? I'm just calling it like I see it. And then that will leave Diane by her lonesome, with her facial expressions, wondering what the hell happened here. Kind of don't have anybody for Diane, because I can't see her and Victor getting together. Like, that was back in the day. No, I don't see it. Anyway, yeah, so Jack basically told Nick he's perfectly fine. It was a one-time deal. And Nick's like, well, I hope so, for your sake. And I can't believe that you went through those lengths for my mom. But, she's now checked herself into a rehab facility. Righto. Okay, so it's been Jack in this whole, he's had to explain himself. At one point we saw Diane where she went through a whole wave of emotions. She just went through one second she was happy, the next minute it was concern, then it was anger. She just, boy, I don't know. So Diane, all right, okay, let me back it up. Okay, so Diane is sitting back and she is reeling over the fact that Jack has compromised his sobriety, of course, once again for Nikki. She has this conversation with Kyle and she's like, look, I can't believe your father was basically so selfish that he did this. And, we could have lost your father. And there's Kyle going, yeah, but we didn't. And, him and Nikki have been friends for years. And I kind of don't see that Dad would have done this, just off the cuff, not understanding what the possible repercussions were, that kind of thing. And I'm thinking, yeah, he kind of did this off the cuff. And he went full out. I mean, Jack was like, it wasn't even a pill. It looked like cocaine. And the argument is, why? I don't know if I mentioned it, but why does he still have the number for his dealer in his phone? That's weird. If you you had a problem, you've been off of it for a number of years, wouldn't you have ixnayed your dealer's number? I'm just saying. You have it where, hi, yeah, it's Jack. Yeah, okay, same stuff. Yeah, can you bring it over to room? Just weird. Okay. Why would you do that, Jack? So yes, in my opinion, the fact that he did all that, Diane is fully in her rights to say that he was selfish and that he didn't think. Okay. She went from that, and then she segued into the fact that Kyle is undermining her at work. I'm like, whoa. Even Kyle was like, whoa, where did this come from? And she's like, yeah, everything that I've been doing, you've been undermining me, and I've done exemplary work, and I can't believe you just... Okay. In Diane's defense, she is at an all-time high of getting ready to lose it herself. So, us gals, we sit back and we internalize a lot of things, and then before you know it, bleh, It's out there. So I understand where she's coming from. It was like, it's almost like, and another thing, and another thing. So I get it. So she is like getting ready to leave. However, before she leaves, um, Jack comes home, and Jack is like, "Oh, I guess I don't have to ask what's going on here, and I'm sure that it has something to do with me." Kyle, yeah, he saunters off because he's got to go take little Harrison to the park, play with some ducks, whatever. So he's gone. We never saw Harrison until, there after the fact. So I don't know, unless little Harrison threw himself out the window in order to meet Kyle. I don't know. I was like, "Where's Harrison? I didn't see him." And yet you left. Okay. So that left Diane and Jack to, battle it out. And Jack was going on about he's sorry, and she's like, "No, you didn't think, and I can't believe you did this, and this is to our family." And you know what? She just went off. And then she's like, "You need to go to like rehab and promise me you're going to go to like the 12-step program." And pushing forward, Jack basically agrees he's going to go to a meeting, and she's like, "And furthermore, I think I need a little bit of time by myself." Jack's like, "Wait, what? Like, what do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, I need to be by myself to like kind of go over all of this, and because I can't believe you did this, and I'm very hurt." And yeah, so Jack is, it's like, dum dum dum, quite the conundrum you have going on here, Jackie boy. And yeah, he agrees, and then he says to her, "Well, please just tell me that the fact that I've agreed to go, that we're in a better place." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't know." And she's like, "I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go." So off she goes with her bag. Nice bag, by the way. There ain't nothing in it. But she's like, "Gotta go." So off Diane goes and leaves Jack to sit back and be at one with himself. All right. Who should we talk about next? Because we could drone on about Jack and the 12-step program and, him risking his sobriety for Nikki. We could talk about that till the cows come home, but we're not going to. All right? Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about Claire, Victoria, Cole, uh, Kyle, Little Harrison, and the side plates of Summer and insert Phyllis. All right? Hopefully you got all that. All right? Because I'm not repeating all those different people. Okay. So Claire goes out with to meet Victoria. They're at Chancellor Park, right? And they're talking about, man, it was just a weird conversation about flying the nest and all this kind of craziness. I was like, flying the nest? Flying the coop or whatever. I was just like, what? Anyway, so Claire is basically saying that she wants to get a job, all right? And she wants Victoria to go back to Newman. Victoria is like, "What? Like, I just want to get to know you, my daughter. And once again, I will repeat it. Not that I'm putting it in the atmosphere, but I will repeat this until I feel that it should not be repeated any longer. I just have this gnawing feeling about Claire. Just something it's like you're trying to light that match, but it's just not lighting. And I feel as though she, maybe not now, but they're going to find a way to, have her in a position where she's been kind of scheming along. Just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm really trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But this whole, you were the storage locker, and the dead woman that nobody knows about, like who she was, like you couldn't get her off of you. That's weird. Okay. So she's like, yeah, I think I really want to work with children. Okay. And Victoria's like, yeah, but that's great, but I really want to get to know you. And she's like, Mom, I think you've made so many sacrifices at this point, and I want you to go back to Newman, where you're happy and whatnot. And she's like, well, yeah, I don't even know if I want to go back to Newman. And if I wasn't, if I didn't know any better, you're trying to push me aside. Are you ready to, fly? What the dickens are you talking about? Are we talking about birds or what? Just, what? Okay. So she's like, what do you mean? Well, what are you going to do? Well, I don't know. Okay. Once again, Victoria, I think you're looking at, things through rose-colored glasses, and you're giving Claire, like, I swear, like she's got the keys to the kingdom. Here you go, Claire. Here you go. And Claire's like, yes, mother. Yes. This whole mom and dad story, just, I don't know. And then there's Cole. Brought some drinks. Like, what? Yeah, I don't get that whole thing. Okay, so anyway, they're at the park. Um, insert Kyle and Lil Harrison. Claire, wee! Big hugs. They go to look for ducks or whatever. Kyle lets them go off. And basically, Victoria tells Kyle about the fact that, Claire wants to get a job working with kids and this whole nanny position. For the love of Pete, just give Lil Harrison a nanny already and let's be over with this. Why is this taking forever? Because, she'll probably get the job. But anyway, this is just taking forever. Okay, so let's push forward to the fact that at where was it? I think it was at Crimson Lights. I don't think it was Society. But it doesn't matter where the dickens it was. It could have been at the club for all I know. Might have been the club. Summer and Phyllis were having their little coffee and muffin or whatever. And Summer is still not trusting Claire. And even Phyllis was like, but as far as I know, she had nothing to do with it. She was just as much a victim as Lil Harrison was. And she's like, yeah, that may be true, but I still don't trust her, that kind of thing. And yeah. And Kyle just seems like he's so forgiving. And he's like, and Phyllis is like, well, even Victor has forgiven her. And that's not an easy task. So maybe you should just, chill out where she's concerned. Nope, 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 nope. And Summer is adamant. I don't trust her. I don't care if she was just as much as a victim. Think about, she tried to kill 5 of my family members, and that doesn't sit well with me. I won't trust her, and that's just the end of that. Okay. So they end up at the park only to see Harrison and Claire yucking it up. And Phyllis is like, okay. Summer is like, she is seething. You could see the look on her face, like she just wants to just off Kyle, and she is not happy. Okay. Yeah. That didn't go over very well. And Harrison's like, "Yeah, you can come with me, Claire." And Claire's like, "Yeah, no. I've got other things to do, maybe another time." Phyllis had introduced herself to Claire and basically said, "Yeah, I'm the very protective grandmother." Oh, Phyllis. Oh, Phyllis. That's all I can say about Phyllis. And Kyle's just standing there watching this all go down, and he ain't saying a word. Well, Summer's like, "Look, Harrison, we're going to go and, yeah, say goodbye and whatnot." So after Claire starts to leave, Victoria basically says to Kyle, "Hey, can you just, think about what I asked you and whatnot, whatnot." Well, then, uh, so that leaves Summer, Kyle, and Phyllis with Harrison. So Phyllis takes Harrison off while the two of them talk. And Summer just ripped into Kyle a new strip. I was like, "Okay, Summer, once again, tell us how you really feel." She was going off on Kyle, and Kyle was like, he ain't saying a word except, "I didn't see the harm. They weren't far and whatnot. And I could see them and I didn't see anything wrong with it. And we bumped into them and it was not planned." And well, Summer was like, "Very well may be true, but yeah, I'm going to keep a close eye on what's going on. Furthermore, I'm going to come back with you to the house, you know, just in case Claire decides to make a little visit." Okay. Okay. So the two of them end up back at the Abbott estate, and basically it was Kyle's telling her, "You really didn't have to come." She's like, "Yeah, no, that's okay." So off Summer takes Harrison to go get a grilled cheese sandwich. All right. um I don't even really want to discuss this one too much anymore, because once again we know that Summer doesn't like Claire, and not much Claire can do about it at this point in time. Um, well, there was a couple of side plates that I will talk about. Okay, so when it comes to Claire, Cole and Victoria talked to Daddy-O, Victor Newman, about him soothing Summer's furrowed brow over Claire, and the fact that Victoria wants her to become Harrison's nanny, and that Kyle's pretty much on board with it. It's just Summer is the problem. Victor's like, interesting. Yeah, no, I don't want any of my family to have anything to do with the Abbotts. Um, Basically, Jack's a this, and Diane's a that, and yeah, no, they're toxic, and I don't I don't want them to have anything to do with that. And furthermore, Claire needs to be at Newman where she will have fun. What? Is there like company barbecues or something? Cuz it always seems fairly tense, except for, when they all seem to lock the door and, get it going on the table after they've thrown everything off the oh boy. shut the blinds. It's a mess. Okay. So Victoria's like, what? And she's like, look, Daddy, I don't even know if I'm coming back to Newman. And Victoria's like, wait, what? So, yeah. And Victoria's like, are you planning something against Jack, Daddy, as in retaliation for, Mom? And this whole week was son of a this and son of a that and son of a this. And so, oh boy, between Victor and Jordan, and we will talk about Jordan right now. Oh boy. So Jordan is still in the makeshift jail, prison, if you will, wine cellar, comfy leather chair area with the little itty bitty table. So Victor had given her this big bottle of vodka and was like, here you go. So she ends up drinking it. I can't even say that she's that drunk, to be honest with you. She just had a nice nap. But that's about it. So she basically is like, you can't keep me locked in here to die. And, well, actually, he could if he wanted to. I don't know why Victor is doing this, except for the fact that I'm sure he just wants to taunt you and, just the way you basically taunted Nikki, but put her into a drunken stupor. I can't even believe we're going through that story yet again. Like, really? Okay. So at one point in time, Jordan's like, well, she was losing it the one time where she's like, oh, I bet you have cameras down here. Am I your muse, Victor? Am I your muse? And she just, strews herself across the bed. Here's my question. Okay. Does nobody go down in this wine cellar to even see this prison with the cot? I'm so confused. Are you telling me that Nikki's never gone down there? That any of the staff has never gone there? Does he have a piece of paper on the door leading down towards that cellar that says keep out? Like, I'm confused. Danger? I don't. How has nobody seen this? It's right there. There's the alcohol and there's the prison. Why would he have a prison? I'm confused. If anybody can answer me that, I don't know. I'd be ever so grateful. Okay, so Jordan is, again, she's losing it, and she basically wants to, of course, get out. At some point in time, she takes her boot and throws it through the bars at Victor's chess game. And bing, bling, bing. Oh, I was like, okay. And then at another point, after she's like, I need food. I don't need any more vodka. And he's like, I call the shots. And she goes to reach through the bars to get at him. And he slaps her. How's that for sound effects? Slaps her hand. It's like, oh. I wonder if that was scripted. Don't touch me. Oh. So Victor took her shoe or boot and put it a little bit a ways from there. And he's like, just leave this here and then put another bottle and this is what you get. How many more bottles do I need to give you before you die? I was like, oh my God. She's not going to die like that, Victor. I mean, really? Okay. So Jordan, periodically is like, Victor, Victor, Victor. Yeah, at some point in time, he even told Cole and Victoria, this is before they asked, about Claire and, him soothing Summer's furrowed brow. Like, oh, where were you? Oh, I was at the stables, feeding. What was the horse's name? Callista or something like that. Oh, that's nice. Mom would have loved that. Oh. Oh, this show just makes me laugh. Before I continue, let me just say big shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day. I don't want to forget to say Happy Mother's Day. For everyone that's holding it down as a mom or is, you know, could be a mom in love, anything, just you are appreciated. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to wish you a happy Mother's Day. All right, let's get back into it. Yes, this show. Okay, so that was pretty much Jordan and the Newman clan. Okay. We saw a little bit of Ashley with the doctor and how she just flippity flip Barbara trick. She just one minute she was evil Ashley, then next thing she goes into, I think she went back into the Southern Belle Ashley with minus a good portion of the accent. But she was like, "Oh yes, it's so good to be back. Oh yes, woo!" If you can keep up with all the Ashleys, bonus. But even Alan, the doctor, was like, oh, what is going on here? Like, this is too much. Oh, there's really not much to say about Ashley. She is far off the beaten path, and poor Alan is like he doesn't know his left from right where she's concerned. He had even checked himself out of the hotel, but then that was with evil Ashley and her behavior, and now the other one has come back, or it could be a brand new one for all I know. I don't know. Um, she's like asking him to stay, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll stay." Okay, he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure somebody can cover me back home with in Paris with whatever. You know what? I don't even want to further that. All I know is Tucker had asked about Ashley. He had asked Abby about her. Abby, what? Why are you asking such a question? And he's like, yeah, I think you should be like paying him a little bit more attention, that kind of thing. He asked about little Dominic, and I didn't get it. Like that didn't need to be in the show. Um, Not this week, nor did the whole Ashley It could have waited another week. I'm just saying, even the fact that although Audra and Nate, prediction, and I think I predicted this from before, I'm just kind of waiting to see it play out. Audra is going to dipsy doodle with Nate. The mere fact that she does not want to put a ring on her finger from Tucker tells me that she's not as committed to Tucker as she is fooling herself to believe. And yeah, she's gonna end up, because she was flirting something fierce with Nate, and he was just reeling it all in. So my prediction, they're gonna end up dipsy doodling. It's not far off the beaten path for Nate, so, and nor is it for Audra. They both love bed hopping, just saying. So we'll see if my prediction comes true where that's concerned. All right. Um, Little Connor, that's a whole other ball game. Story short, where he's concerned, he is now into self-harm. They are really going far out with this whole storyline with him. Um, and I don't personally believe that they are doing it the kind of justice that they need to do it, because they're only kind of like giving you little spots. I really think that they need to, in order to bring awareness to something like this, to me, they need to spend more time on this rather than, you know, Jordan being in this makeshift jail. Like, be done with that storyline. Like, Victor, figure out what you're going to do and just do it and be done with it. And now that you're starting up with Jack and the whole pills and potion, like, let's figure out the Connor situation. So yeah, he's got bruises on his thighs and because he's now into self-harm. But we can't talk too much about it because there's not much to say about it. Again, I can only tell you what I've seen. All right. So Sally has been there for Adam. Chelsea's been there. She's been like crying every scene pretty much. And she's a basket case because her son is now at this level. Okay. Yeah. Oh, do I have to talk about? Ugh. Let me just breeze over it so quickly. Ugh. Cricket and Danny with Phyllis. Why is this even still a thing? Stop it. There's no chemistry between Cricket and Danny. Cricket is acting like a little schoolgirl, just along with Phyllis. I dare say Phyllis is maybe even acting a little bit more of an adult than she is. Like, oh, we're in love, and oh yeah, I've surely been getting my cardio in, and oh yeah, all through the night, and ew. Oh no, I can't take it. So basically she's going on the road with him and I'm over it. Phyllis is losing her noodles. She's like, I've lost my appetite, and she is gone. And here Danny, oh my love. Oh, can you do you like that storyline? Do you I can't take it. Ugh. I'm done with it. Done. All right. I think the last okay, just before the last thing I'll talk about is okay, Sally and Chloe, they basically are pretty much gonna drop the whole interior design business and go back to fashion, which might end up giving Marchetti a run for its money. Just saying. Um, because this whole design thing is not working out, and Sally's been having to keep them afloat by using her own money. And again, don't even know why this was even a part of the show, but it was. Let's move on. Lastly, we're going to talk about Meme Johnson. As one of my friends said, who peed in Mamie's cereal? Because Mamie is acting all sorts of crazy. She called a meeting and she wanted, so it was Nate, Lily, Devon, and Abby. Why Abby was there? She claims that she considers her family. Bad move. Don't think she should have been there based on what you were talking about. But whatever. And yeah, so she's basically like, this place is in shambles, the business is in shambles because there's all this infighting with the family, and we need to get Billy and Jill out. And basically, Lily, Nate, and Devon were like, what? Um, Look here, Mamie, that's all well and good, but you're pretty much the one that's blowing things up, and it's completely unnecessary. Like, why you want to do this? This this just seems a little like odd, and you seem like you're the one um that's basically a crap disturber. That's, since you came in, you've wanted Jill out, like with all your hatred towards her. And she's like, oh, I don't hate anybody, but, and she, oh my goodness. Well, I see that, my family has turned on me, and what I see is three entitled kids. I was like, okay, Mamie, you need to take this a few notches down. And she just went off on all of them. And she picked up her bag and she left. She was huffing and puffing, and I'm like, Mamie, calm down. So, yeah, I don't know where that's going to go, because she might just want to clear house, period, and help the company just fold. I don't know. And then we learned that out of nowhere, Jill gave up the reins to Billy. What? And Billy tells Lily about this, and Lily's like, seems a little fishy. This just seems a little odd that all of a sudden, so he's like, yeah, I know, but this is what happened, and she and Jill is off on a plane somewhere, and yeah. So we pretty much end the week where Devon, Nate, and Lily are trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and how, yeah, they are not pleased about this. And they tell this to Billy, and Billy's like, look, you could call her yourself. And Devon's like, oh, that'd be great, except the fact that she's like off in La La Land. I'm telling you, that's why I said this week was a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It was almost like, a charcuterie board. It was crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what angle is going on here, but I'm here for it. Let's see what happens. So there you have it, folks. That was pretty much the week. If I happen to forget something, it's just that. I forgot it. Didn't mention it. Might not have been newsworthy. I don't know. But you get the gist of what happened this week. Just a set of nonsense once again. And I'm glad that I was able to report this to you. So, if you stuck around to the end of this video, once again, I'm so grateful. I appreciate your time. I love you lots. And again, I do this all for the love of the show. And I even laugh at my own self, to be honest with you. Because if not me, then who? Alrighty. So you take care. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And I wish you many flowers, much rest, because we need it. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of your day. So you take care, guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.